Hi Floss Tube, I'm Sally, StitchySally here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Today is, sorry just moving my microphone, Wednesday the 24th of November 2021, and today I am filming a Floss Tube extra. Now the reason I'm doing this is one of the lovely ladies that I follow on Instagram, Mary, madmarytwo, and she watches my Floss Tubes. She said it would be nice to see some of the things, cross-stitch things that were behind me. So I thought rather than incorporate it into one of my normal Floss Tubes, I'd just do a Floss Tube extra. Basically, the pillars that I put out on my radiator, they'll be getting swapped out anyway for winter and Christmas, possibly tomorrow. Sorry, excuse me, I knew that would happen. So I thought I'd just get on and do it today because we're hoping to put our Christmas decorations up tomorrow. Well, at least start putting them up tomorrow. So I'll just get started. Some of them you may have seen before, obviously. If you don't want to watch, that's fine. Yeah. Right, so we'll start off with this one. This you can sometimes see over on the drawers, set of drawers over there. And this one is Heart in Hand, Patchwork Sheep. And I finished it not very well as a flat fold. I think I stitched this, I don't know whether I stitched it last year or 2019, I can't remember. And it's stitched on, I think it's 32 count vintage country Mocha with DMC. I think I actually got my cord in too tight. I usually do that, I usually end up getting it far tighter than it needs to be. That's that. And then I had to go back and look at my video to see if I could see what I'd put out last time. My brain. And then Kathy Barrick, Good Intentions. I think it's under Kathy Barrick. It could be Carriage House samplings, but it's one or the other. Because obviously Kathy Barrick is Carriage House samplings. Now, I don't think Kathy would have sort of thought about hair design like this, but I just decided to pick my own colours. It's a 40 count, I do know, but I'm not quite sure what it is. Light's not very good. It could be vintage Mocha, but it could be something else. And as I say, I just picked my own colours. Can't remember what. I know there's some sugar maple threads. I don't think they're even made anymore. Possibly some DMC variations, I think, but I really like that. Just finished into a pillow with some spools. I'm warning you, my words are even worse right now than they normally are. They just do not want to come out. And then this one, this is Little Stitch Girl. Home is our safe haven, and this was one of the Be Well and Stitch freebies from last year. And I did stitch it last year during the first lockdown that we had over here, and I've just backed it with some pale pinky fabric. Not that you can tell that that's a pale pinky fabric, I maybe should have put the light on. And then just with a a gingham bow and some pins in the top, and that was stitched all in DMC. It's an unknown fabric that I had in my stash, either a 28 or a 32, not entirely sure. This like it's a yellowy, pale yellowy one. And why when I start filming. And then this one is Plum Street Samplers. I think it's called Kind and True, but I won't be entirely certain. And this is stitched on, I think it's a 40 count, but it could be a 36. I know it is Picture This Plus, but I can't remember which Picture This Plus it is. And I stitched that as a sal with my friend Sue, 2019 I think. And I've just backed it with some autumnal fabric and some Lady Dot Creates Rick Rack in vintage. And I do apologise if you can hear my washing machine. And then Project Quarantine by With Thy Needle and Thread. I stitched this during the November lockdown last year. It's on a 40 count. Vintage Country Mocha. It's so dull. The sun was shining earlier. I should have done it when the sun was shining. And I just backed it in some blue fabric that I had in my stash, just to match the blue here. I think I've stitched it in a mixture of DMC and fancy floss, and then I've just put some I've just realised I said Rick Rack and it's not Rick Rack on that other one. Chenille trim. I'm sure you're all shouting at me now. I don't know where this one came from. It could have been the Works actually. So that's that one. I'm even worse at doing floss tube extras than I am my normal floss tubes. And then you have seen this if you have watched me before, and that is a little bit of autumn, or a little autumn. Carol, I am so sorry. And that is by Samplers and Stitches. And that's stitched in a mixture of DMC and fancy floss. Just backed in the same autumn fabric that my Plum Street one was backed in, and some Lady Dot Creates Rick Rack. And I know this one was behind me last time. I don't know whether you could see it or not. This one is Shepherd's Bush, and I think it's called The Journey. And the chart was given to me by my lovely friend Barb when she'd stitched it. I don't know what the fabric is that I've used. It's a mottled one, but I don't know what it is. I'd have to look back through one of my stitching diaries or whatever. And I have put somewhere there we go. I can't see for looking. Our initials on, mine and Barb's initials on there. And that's really, really cute. I'm really wanting to stitch more shepherd's bush actually. It's just every time I see that I think I really need to stitch some more. Sorry, just going to have a slap. And this one, and that is Blackbird Designs Spell of Spell of the Moon. I think I stitched it in the called for fabric, but I can't remember what it is, and I think I used all the called for threads, and I know something's happened here because I have just noticed that it's 2 different shades, so I don't know what happened there. I don't know whether I maybe stitched it, ran out and then got another one or something like that, but anyway. So that is, it's got some spider's web fabric on the back and some chenille trim. This one I think came from Victorian Mocha quite a few years ago. I think I bought quite a largish pack from her with all different colours in. This was available as a chart. I don't think it is anymore, but it is now in the Winds of Autumn book. And it's a very, very popular piece. Really, really do like that one. And I thought I'd show this one. I don't think I've put this one behind me. This is by I think it's Carriage House Samplings, and it was in an issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine quite a few years ago. There is another one and I don't know what I've done with it, and I've stitched it, I've finished it, I've had it out at some point. I can only assume it's upstairs in a bag or a box. That's I think it's just called Emma Elizabeth Blackwood. That's on a 40 count. Not quite sure what threads I've used. And then I've just backed it in some autumnal fabric. I'll see if I can find the other one. I know there was 2. There was 2 in the same issue. And then this one, which usually hang it on the door. This one is Erica Michaels Designs Little Flock, and this chart pack actually has silk gauze in it, 40 count silk gauze. But I didn't think I could stitch on it, so I've just done it on 40 count vintage country mocha. So it is bigger than it should be, because obviously I've stitched over 2. I've used some of the Fancy Floss and DMC, and then I've just mounted it onto this wood board that I got from the works. Got this cute little sheep. Really, really cute. And again, I think I had some shading issues. Not shading issues. Dye-lot issues. This is lack of sleep. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. My husband snores. And it's driving me mad at the moment, but anyway, that's beside the point. So I started this when we went to Scotland in 2019, September, October 2019. I took a few pieces with me and then decided this was the one that I wanted to stitch on right through. So I just stitched on it right through when we were back in the cottage on an evening. And then this one, which you will have seen before, is Plum Street Samplers, My Peaceful Home. I think that's 35 count pearl grey linen. And I think I used all DMC on that, but don't quote me, because I maybe didn't. And then the two that are behind me there, again, if you've been with me a while, you will have seen this one, and that's Demartine Le Perse Neige. Do excuse the pronunciation because it's probably not right. And I stitched that in DMC. That's a 35 count pearl grey as well. And I really love that. Anybody who knows me will know I just love robins. And then this one, which is the other one that's up there. This was a Christmas birthday gift from a friend Mouse last year. And I'm really sorry, I can't remember the name of it, but I know it is Samplers and Stitches, Carol. I know it's one of her designs, and I adore it. So cute. I hope you can hear me alright, because I do get a feeling that I'm talking really quietly. But I don't want to have a coughing fit. If I talk too loud, I'm bound to have a coughing fit. My husband has very kindly brought cold into the house. And I can go for half an hour to an hour without coughing, and then all of a sudden, and it's not COVID. We have checked. So luckily the girls have stayed clear of it. And then the frame pieces that are up here. Why is that so difficult? This one is, it's the drawn thread. I think it's Alpine Garden. Maybe Alpine Garden. I mean, I stitched it in 2004. Oh, sorry, that's very glary. Sorry. Oh, that is terribly glary, isn't it? I used to absolutely love doing drawn thread. I did quite a few. I think I'd quite like to do some more, actually. Sorry about that. That's not very good, is it? But it gives you the gist. Let me just come in a little bit. And I love how my frame are framed. Frame that one. And then this one, I don't know whether this isn't Wildflower Garden. I should have had a look to see if I could find it. Stitch this in 2003. I used to be able to knock one of these out in about a week, but that was when I was really more or less a monogamous stitcher. And then all of a sudden I discovered the joys of stitching more than one thing. I think I did stitch more than one thing at that point, but not like I do now. So if you happen to know what the name of it is, as I say, I think it's Wildflower, but I wouldn't be 100%. It might not be. This is going to be quick, but it's not. And then the final one from up there. This is Is it My Favourite Things? Another drawn thread one. It could be. I did this in 2009. Really, really like this one. Had another one that I wanted to do and I cannot remember what it was called. I've done the Sanctuary. Is it the Sanctuary, I think? With the pulled thread thing around it. And then there was another one that I did for my dad. I've got that upstairs. I need to get it out really. Brought it home when we were sorting his house out. So on this one I've added my daughter's initials. Jess and Abby's initials there. So yeah, I think I might just have to do some more drawn thread, I think, because I do really enjoy doing them. I did the pastoral, and I kind of wish I'd done both the Stitcher's wallet and the frame piece. I wish I'd done both, but unfortunately I didn't. I only did the Stitcher's wallet. So that's it. That is my Floss Tube extra. I hope I haven't bored you to death with that. So hopefully I will be back next week to film my normal Floss Tube. Might have some finishes if I can get myself motivated to do them. Some I won't be able to show you because they are my for my ornament exchange. I do one with my lovely friend Chris and one with my lovely friend Barb. So I need to get those sorted. I also have a finish. I finished Octopus's Garden, so hopefully you'll be able to see that. My husband's on holiday again next week. Yeah, I know. He gets a lot of holidays, doesn't he? But I think I'm just going to shove him in the other room while I film. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, all your comments and your likes. And I will see you next week, hopefully. Bye!